لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
And we'll go ahead and get started for today, inshallah. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam alayka ya Rasulullah. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious and most merciful. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send His peace and blessing upon our noble Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your brother Wajiuddin on behalf of the Dur Hospitality Services. I welcome you all once again on our webinars that we have been holding almost on a regular weekly basis to take you through another important session that will help you to prepare for the upcoming Hajj 2026 package sale. Inshallah, we got a lot of things to cover. Just for housekeeping, brothers and sisters, if you are just coming in, I ask that you keep yourself on the mute. We will have the opportunity for you to ask questions at the end. Many of the questions that you have can be found in the answers throughout my presentation. Like in the past, we will have the opportunity for you to ask questions. And also, in the meantime, if you have any other questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat window. You don't have to be on the camera. If you're okay, then just make sure that you are, cognizant of the fact that this meeting is being recorded. For the benefit of those who could not join, this will also be published on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and then subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you are up to date with the updates that we provide on a regular basis. Also, that you can go back and refer to this recording at any given point of time. With that, let me go ahead and then get started in today's important session on the things that we have to cover for our coming webinar. As we have outlined, brothers and sisters, we have been going through a lot of these sessions where we have been covering the Nusuk Hajj process. And today we will go a little bit more deeper with the package configuration things. With that, inshallah, we'll go through a lot of these items, inshallah, to cover up the rest of the program as I have for the evening. We will be talking about the Dur Hospitality Services. Dur Hospitality Services is one of the 12 authorized service providers, and we'll go through the Nusuk Hajj package configurations. We'll review the steps that is needed for this one. We'll talk about how we select a package, how we configure the room types, selecting of the Mina camps. We'll talk about the selection of the flights. We will also talk about how do we configure the transportation for your package. At the end, I hope to open up this forum for the question and answers. And in the meantime, if there is any questions, feel free to put it in the chat window. As you all know, Nusuk Hajj is the official platform since 2023. This is the booking platform for the Hajj, and this is the only authorized service official portal for purchase of the Hajj package. The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah in Saudi Arabia basically manages the entire process. About 120 plus countries from North America, Europe, Australia, East Asia, and some other nations have been covered as part of the Nusuk Hajj portal. All packages must only be booked through this online portal, which is hajj.nusuk.sa. We also sometimes refer that as Nusuk. The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has today, as of today, 12 authorized service providers who are based in Saudi Arabia to provide the Hajj packages. To help pilgrims, trusted companies like mine, Haramain Guest Travels, work with the Saudi service providers like our partner, Dur Hospitality, to make your journey smooth. So this is, once again, want to make sure that those who are joining in for the first time, who are getting started, to be aware that Nusuk Hajj is the only official platform through which we book the Hajj packages. As I have always been alerting brothers and sisters, this is the season where the scams actually go on a high. I want to make sure, once again, alert you all, and also to beware of any unsolicited calls or messages from these scammers. And they actually try to say that we are part of a Rahman guest and ask you for a code, or ask you to join their groups, or try to mislead you with information that I want you to all be attentive of. We, as a Rahman guest, or neither me or any of my team, do not ask for money. Neither we call you directly on WhatsApp or directly to your calls. We do not message until you have asked for some information from us. So beware of that one. We do not accept money, neither do we guarantee you in securing the packages. However, we help you in ensuring that you are well prepared in purchase of the packages. We also do not advertise or forward any messages outside the Nusuk Hajj related matter. We want to protect and guard our group members from any unsolicited messages and scams. We are once again here for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again, sometimes people misuse these forums and mislead the people. So we want to make sure that you are once again alert all the time. If you see something, hear something, please let us know so that we can alert our group and keep us all safe throughout this journey of going to Hajj, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, Dur Hospitality is one of the 12 authorized service providers. We are proud to be partnering with Dur once again this Hajj season. We have been associated with them for the past couple of years. Dur Hospitality for Pilgrimage Services is one of the distinguished division of Dur Hospitality Company, and it stands as a beacon of excellence in the hospitality realm. Dur offers extensive range of Hajj services, packages, and is deeply rooted in over 40 plus years of experience in Hajj and Umrah hospitality. Dur Hospitality for Hajj services is one of the brand under the umbrella of the Taiba Investments. Taiba Brands owns many hotels in Mecca, Medina, and other parts of Saudi Arabia. Once again, Dur Hospitality is one of the 12 authorized Nusuk Hajj service provider. We are partnering with them. We offer support for all the packages that Dur Hospitality will be publishing in the coming days on the Nusuk Hajj platform, and we look forward for having you purchasing one of the Dur Hospitality packages to help you support the future of the Hajj package process, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, just taking you through the steps that we have all been going through, but just a reminder for all of us, we have gone through quickly the steps of creating the account, uploading the documents, filling up the application, and application verification. I know many of you are still pending verifications. Do not worry, don't panic. There is still time. I know there has been multiple rejections that has been going on for the personal photo in particular. In cases where you have gone through multiple rejections, and if you think you are still not being successful in that one, reach out to us. Inshallah, we will help you to make sure that the personal photo that you are submitting meets the standards. We have done this for many pilgrims. Alhamdulillah, they all have got verified. Many of our pilgrims have got verified. And if you are stuck with this verification process, don't hesitate. Please reach out to us so that we can expedite the process and help you get through this one. Many of us have already completed the verifications and also selected the preferred category. Then we are in the step 6, which is the top up of e-wallet. This process is still not open, brothers and sisters. So there's nothing much that you can do at this point of time other than we just wait for the official opening of the top up of e-wallet. And this is just a mere process that is going to take time. The ministry is still in the process of finalizing the packages and all that, before which they are not going to open up the top up the e-wallet for activations or also for topping up the e-wallet. Then we have already seen the service providers. As I mentioned, there are 12 service providers. We all are aware of those, and one of them is Dur. We ask that you are considering the Dur packages. While you do that, the 8th step, that is what we are going to be concentrating today, is how do we select your preferred package? How do we configure it? How do we prepare it up? That is what we are going to review. At this point, the packages are not on the portal. It is expected any time in next couple of weeks. And once it becomes available, we will let you all know. That part is what is step number 8. The step number 9 is where you book the package, and that is what we are anticipating it to be sometime in the first week of Feb. So that's when you book the package, and inshallah after that you will be able to review the itinerary. Those are the 10 steps. If you have not been aware of this one before, these are the 10 steps that we all have to go through. Just be prepared for these 10 steps. And the website address, just want to make sure that this is the address that you all have to be going in all the time. Bookmark this. Please bookmark this as one of the websites on your browsers, on your favorite browser, whether it is Chrome or whether it is Edge, any other browsers that you're using on the laptop or on your phone. That's the website that you want to keep it bookmarked so that you can quickly go in and then start the process. Again, for any registration assistance, join our WhatsApp channel, and that's the QR code, and encourage your friends or family or community members who are not been there so that they can also benefit from this. Steps that we all have completed, brothers and sisters, by this time. The official Nusuk Hajj platform has where we all started with the hajj.nusuk.sa by creating the account, uploaded all our documents, and filled in our application and submitted it successfully. Added our family members, completed their applications as well, and also our verifications of most of us have got application verified. If yours is still not verified, going through multiple rejections, do not worry, don't panic. There is still time, inshallah. We can also help you get through the application verification as well. Of course, many have gone through and completed selecting of a preferred category. We have actually helped you understand what a preferred category is. If you have not been part of that one, refer back to our YouTube channel where we have one of the webinars. We covered extensively the preferred category as well. We will also be talking about how to transfer the funds. We have covered this topic also in our previous webinars, where we talked about the different funding options that is available and how to activate an e-wallet. And once again, once it becomes available, inshallah, we will go in and cover this topic so that it becomes once again fresh for you. If you still have not done the above step, please plan to complete these steps as soon as possible. Again, if you need assistance, please reach out to us and we can help you with the above steps. And that's the QR code that we have on our screen. E-wallet, many people have been asking, those who have completed the verifications, wondering like why the e-wallet function is not available for them. It is currently not available for anyone on the Nusuk Hajj platform. So don't worry, don't panic. There's nothing that you can do at this point of time other than the fact that that e-wallet is going to be activated at some point. We anticipated that could be either next week or the week after, right around the time when the packages are going to be released. And it's actually a good timing. Actually, I have been telling all along that you don't want to fund your e-wallet at this point of time. When it becomes available, we will only do a small test fund transfer to make sure that your cards are acceptable. You know how to top up the e-wallet, and then be ready when the time becomes right that you can fully fund your e-wallet for the purchase of the package. Just for now, know that this is not available yet. Now, some changes that, brothers and sisters, we have been talking about in this 2026 is all the packages are going to be public. That means you are going to be able to customize your own packages. And in fact, it is quite different than what we had in the previous year. So all packages are public. We will talk about what a public means, but just so you know that this is what it's going to be. All packages will also include an option to select one of the two camps that we have, the Mina camps, Al-Muaisim and Majr Al-Kabsh. We have also discussed in detail as to what the two different camps are, what are the benefits and pros and cons of the two camps. If you want to go back and refer to our YouTube recording that is also posted on this particular topic. Also, the packages will include group flight, as part of the package, and also offer an option to customize the flight through the GDS system. Today, we are going to talk in detail about this as well. All packages will include the option to select transportation, whether it is Haramain train, bus, or taxi that is going to be offered as part of the transportation mechanism. Let's go through the package configuration process that we have been talking. Based on the information available at this point of time, the package selection process will begin as follows. We begin by choosing the package category. That could be a standard, that could be a premium, or a luxury. That means there are hotels in Medina and Mecca, which are going to be like a 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. That also gives us the duration of the package from 14 days to 20 days. It gives you the package start dates, luxury start dates. For us, is going to be 18th May. Premium and standard is actually starting with 12th May. We will have more details. But just for now, you understand the first thing that you're going to do is choose a package. And that's the part which will have all of these details that I'm listed up here. The next thing that you do is actually choose the Mina camp. There are two options for you. Either you choose Al-Muaisim camp or Majr Al-Kabsh camp. That's the step number 2. The step number 3 is you're going to choose a flight. That flight could be a group flight, which comes as part of the package, or you choose a custom flight, which is actually through the GDS integrations of the Al-Musafir platform. We are going to talk about this in the upcoming slides. The next thing is the transportation. You choose the different transportations that are offered. In this case, there could be a Haramain speed train. There is luxury buses, or also in some cases, the taxis is also going to be offered. That's the step number 4. Finally, when you are all set, when the sale opens, that's when you are going to review the package along with the total cost by adding in all the different options that you wanted to go with your package. And then you are going to be making the payment using the payment method in the e-wallet that you have loaded it up, and that is where you are securing the package by making that payment. Inshallah, we'll talk about the payment process in a later webinar, but for today, I'm going to cover 1, 2, and 3, and 4. This is very detailed, brothers and sisters. I ask you, stay tuned, pay attention to all of the details that we'll be talking through. I have gone through a lot of this with many examples. Some of that may apply to you, and some, if that doesn't apply, if you have any specific, don't hesitate to put it in the chat channel, in the chat. We will also open up the forum for Q&A. So those are the package configuration steps that I want you to be aware of, and we will deep dive into each of these. When the platform opens up with the packages, this could look something like this. Again, this is based on the theme that was existing in 2025. As on today, Nusuk has made some user experience changes. It looks like with a green theme, but just so you know, there's some aspect of it could almost be similar to what you are seeing on my screen, except that there is the brownish color on my screen, and the greenish is what you are going to be seeing more predominant with the new theme that Nusuk has introduced. In this screen, when you all go in, by selecting the packages up here on the top, you will be seeing the screen something like this come up. On this, you will see that there's an option for you to filter the packages. There is options of filtering by the category type, accommodation rating, and Mina camp, and some other options that are visible when it becomes available. We'll be talking it in detail. But for today, just understand that this is one of the methods of filtering the packages from the many packages that will be listed on that particular screen. One other way is you can also use the search bar on the top right in here by keying in the keywords of the service provider. In our case, it's Dur. When you key in the Dur and go on to Press Enter, just like a Google search bar, it narrows down the packages for you to select rather than get overwhelmed with the many packages that will be listed on that particular screen. So this is a strategy that you want to adapt when the packages are going to become available, so that you are narrowing down your search based on the package category or by the keyword term using the search bar. So for this example, I had chosen Dur as a search word, and it immediately lists me only the packages from Dur, so that when I go in details, it is going to take me into the next step. So in this case, let's assume that I pick up a premium package. I click on the view details button, which in this case is not visible in here, but when it becomes visible, when you click on the view details, it takes me to the next screen, which I'm going to go into detail at a later screen. But for now, understand the Dur packages that are going to be listed out. We don't have it listed out here. They are not available yet on the Nusuk Hajj platform, but we know what packages are going to be coming in with little changes with the dates or maybe the prices. But this, I want you to be aware of the packages offering from the Dur Hospitality Services. And these packages we have talked about in the previous webinar. And today I wanted to make sure that once again I introduce this to you all. Like for example, you have the luxury with the 15 nights, 16 days. Date starting is on the 18th May to the 2nd June. The Medina hotel that is for the luxury is Pullman Zamzam. Mecca hotel is Mecca Majr. The room type is double, triple, and quad. The Mina camp, Majr Al-Kabsh, Al-Muaisim. Flights offered, group or custom. Transportation offered is Haramain train or bus. The prices is approximately does not include the flights. This is for the luxury package. Likewise, we have premium with two options. One that starts on the 12th and the other that starts on the 16th with the Medina Hotel in Mias and the Mecca Hotel in the Courtyard Marriott. The room type, once again, is the beds that are inside of the hotel is double, triple, or quad. The Majr Al-Kabsh is an option. The Mina camp is an option between Majr Al-Kabsh or Al-Muaisim. Then also similarly, group flights will be offered as part of the premium package as well. Once again, the prices offered shown in here is only an approximate base prices. Final prices may vary with the options you select, and all that could go up and down depending on the prices that depending on the options that you select. Once again, on the standard side, you have these two other options that we have, and one is once again on the 12th and the other starts on the 16th with the Medina hotels as Nusuk Al-Iman and the Nusuk Al-Madina as the hotels, and also the room type as offered as double, triple, and quad. And the camp also has, you have the option of selecting between Majr Al-Kabsh or Al-Muaisim. Once again, the flights will also be available for you and with for the group flights offered by the service provider, or you can customize your own. But on the Haramain train part, this is going to offer you by default the bus, but train is an option that you can choose to go with. All these, the package of tour is very reasonably priced to get you the comfort and the preferences of having a close proximity to Haram. All of the hotels on Mecca are almost very, very close to Haram with shuttle services running for Courtyard Marriott, Rayyan Mashahar, and Awan Romans. Makara Majid is just about 300 meters away, walkable straight into the Haram Abdul Aziz gate itself. These prices, brothers and sisters, are only approximate prices. They can once again vary depending on the options that you have selected. I just want to make sure that these are the packages. Once it becomes available, it will have more finer details. And those finer details is what we are going to be looking into the upcoming slides. All tour packages are non-shifting. We don't have any shifting packages. That's all. It's a good thing actually. And I'm very pro of the non-shifting. And I have explained this in the previous webinar as to why I choose to, why I advise you all to go for non-shifting. All packages, of course, include the hotel accommodation in Mecca and Medina. All packages include the Mina camps, Al-Muaisim, or the Majr Al-Kabsh. All packages will include the flight tickets, either offering you the group flight or option to customize the flight through the GDS system. All packages will be including the ground transportation, Haramain speed train, or the luxury bus, or the taxi, depending on whatever you like to go with. The packages come with half-board meals, breakfast and dinner is covered for your stays in Medina and Mecca, full board meals in the stay during the Hajj days of 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th in Mina camp stay. The Rawda visit in Medina and the Ziyarah tours in Medina will also be covered as part of the services offered. Visa processing and issuance will be done through the Nusuk platform. The price that you pay, you don't have to pay anything for visa processing, or you don't have to do anything to get the visas issued for you. It also includes the medical insurance, which is all based out of the price that you pay for a package. So that is what you get out of the package for all the money that you basically pay for the package. Now, where do we begin? We begin, as I mentioned, by selecting the package that you think is close to the budgetary needs as well as your preferences with respect to comfort and all affordability as well. You begin by selecting the package of your preference. This overview, what you are seeing is a sample based on the last year's thing. In this, which could typically look most likely like this in the packages when it gets released, gives you an overview of the package. It provides you the start date and end date as to when the package is going to start. You are seeing on my screen, I'm pointing it there. That's actually based on this year's, but for 2026, it could be different. Pay attention to when the dates of the packages, how many nights are there in Mecca, how many nights are in Medina, what kind of other hotel details that it can provide, what are the options that you have as part of the accommodation, the Majr camps, which is nothing but the Mina camps, the transportations offered, different package services that are offered. Review all the details, and you can also mark this as preferred package. You can see the price that it starts from. It tells you what is the starting price in Saudi Arabian Riyal per person. It excludes the flight. That's the kind of the package details that you are going to see when you click on the view details of the package, like how you saw in the beginning of the screen. This is where I want you to all pay attention, and that's what you do when the packages actually become available for viewing. At that time, you decide what is best for your needs, your budget, and all that by reviewing each and every package, including from Dur Hospitality itself. Once you have the package selected, you will start to configure the package. And this is where actually it could vary once again slightly from the user interface that I am showing today. We think it is most likely going to be almost the same. This tells you what the package policy is with respect to cancellation policy, with respect to how much of that is going to be charged to you from the time that you withdraw the money, depending on when you withdraw the money. All the details you can basically review. This is going to be same across all the service providers. It's not going to be different. That is something that the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has decided along with Nusuk as a standard cancellation policy. So pay attention, take a note of that one. And when you have decided, yes, this package is what you want to go with, you will start by clicking on the configure package button that's going to become available for you when the packages are going to be visible for viewing. After review all the details, you can begin by configuring the package, and that is what is going to take you to the room type, the Mina camp, the flight selection, additional services, and transportation. Today, we are not going to talk about the additional services. Today, we are going to concentrate our time on the room type, Mina camp, flight selection, and hopefully by the end of the day, we should also have the transportation also covered. To begin with, let's go ahead with the room type selection. In the room configuration page, you will need to select the type of room. Now, this is with a single, double, triple, or quad bed occupancy that you need to be aware of. You will need to select the room for all members on your application. If you are a single person going to Hajj and that application is only for you, then that's what you're going to do. Whether you want to be in a quad room occupancy, sharing with three other brothers or three other sisters as a sister, and a bed in a triple room, or a bed in a double room, depending on what selection you do for Mecca and Medina, your prices is actually going to vary up or down. Of course, the double is going to be more expensive than the one that is going to be in triple, and likewise the triple is going to be little expensive than the quad one. So wherever your comfort is, you have to basically choose the bed occupancy for both the hotels, which is in Mecca and Medina. It would not allow you to move forward without making the complete selection for you and as well as for all the members on your account inside of your Nusuk account. So once you have done the selection, you will go on to click the next button. By that time, you would also be seeing the price that is going to be going up and down depending on the number of beds that you select. So we'll talk about some examples of this one that I wanted to go through with you all. So what do we do then? Now, let's say you are a single pilgrim, you are traveling solo by yourself. If you are a single pilgrim and traveling alone, you will have to make the selection either double, triple, or quad bed for both Medina and Mecca hotels. Now, in this example, I'm showing you a package with Makan Majr as the hotel and Pulbun Zamzam in Medina as the hotel. And as you can see on my screen, I have opted for a bed in a shared quad room as one. And you can see also the prices per bed that is going to be listed under each of these selection of the room type. The Quad bed is about 15,000 Saudi Arabian Riyal per bed. There it is about 20,000 Saudi Arabian Riyal per bed. And here it's about 27,785 Saudi Arabian Riyal. So this is what you are going to do for yourself as a single solo travel. This number one is what is finally going to be what your selection going to be for your bed configuration in your Mecca hotel as well as for the Medina hotel. Once you do this, you will go on to the next step. And inshallah, the other one we're going to talk about by going through a couple of more examples of the room type selection itself. Now, let's say take of example number 2 is where you have two pilgrims on the same account. If you are two pilgrims, let's say a husband and wife, or a son and a mother, or a daughter and a mother, and you want to stay together, and then in that case, you will make the selection of a double bed for Medina and Mecca hotels. Because the fact that you wanted to stay together, in this case, a bed in a shared double room is what you're going to select for Mecca and Medina hotel, so that the total beds in a shared room should be two, the total number of pilgrims on the account. That once again takes the amount higher because of the fact that you are choosing a double bed room. There is only the two people going to be in that one particular room in Mecca as well as Medina. One thing that I wanted to caution you all, the double bed actually is limited actually, and it actually gets sold out quicker. So if you are in a situation where the double bed is actually sold much before you actually go on to buy, I would advise that you quickly pivot and then go on to take on the quad bed occupancy. If possible, we can actually try to upgrade your quad bed to a double bed, but only based on availability. We don't assure you that one, but that's an option. So just want to make sure that the people should have an option available for them in case they are not able to get the double bed occupancy, so that they are not losing out on the Hajj package itself by just not getting the bed type occupancy. So for the two people traveling on the same account, this is an example that I wanted to share with you all. Now, another example is if you are two pilgrims on the same account, but want to save the money by going in the shared occupancy, you can go in with the cot bed. Just like how I said, you can go on to do the cot bed occupancy. Give me a second, it's coming up. Sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, in case where you want to cut down on the cost, you can go with a shared bed occupancy. Let's say husband and wife want to be in a cot bedroom. In that case, the husband is going to be with three other brothers, and the wife is going to be with three other sisters in a 4-bed occupancy room. They can do that for both Mecca as well as for Medina hotel. Likewise, a son and mother want to be in a cot bed. The son will be with the other brothers. The mother is going to be with the other sisters in a cot bed occupancy. So this is how occupancy looks like. The numbers should look like on your room type selection window. All right. Another example. Let's say there are 3 pilgrims on the same account. If you are 3 pilgrims, husband, wife, and son, or a father, mother, and son, you want to stay together, then you can make a selection of a triple bed for both Medina and Mecca hotels. And this is exactly what we are going to do, is we are going to enter in, or at least use the plus sign to increase the number to 3. And that 3 is what you have to bring the number to, because you are 3 pilgrims on the same account, both for the Mecca hotel as well as for the Medina hotel. Once again, the prices can go up and down. Of course, these 3 people can also choose the quad bed occupancy if they want to have a shared option as well. And this is what is going to be the case. Where you are a husband, wife, and son, or a father, mother, and son, you want to keep the prices of the package down, then you will have to make a selection of a quad bed for both Medina and Mecca hotels. Here you will share the beds with others. men separate and of course women separate. And this is an example of where three people are actually using the shared occupancy room. Once again, this is a room type selection process step, and you have to do this for yourself as well as for your family members on that account. I have gone through some of these examples, and I think I have one more that I wanted to cover. If you are four or more on the same account, a husband, wife, daughter, and son, four people, then you can go in for a quad bed. And when you choose a quad bed, all four will be together for the fact that you are a family and you are in the same account. When we start the room allocation as a Rahman guest, along with our service providers, will ensure that these people stay together in one room because of the fact that they are actually a family. And if you are a group of four men or four women, where you are a mahram, and you can also stay together in a quad bed occupancy. In that way, the prices are actually down and that you are able to stay together as well. So this is a case where we have four or more people that want to be in the same room, but also with the cost coming down because of the fact that they are actually choosing the quad bed type room type. This room type selection is what you need to be prepared with. Be prepared well ahead of the package sale, because on the day of the sale, you have to once again go through this process of selecting the room type. Even though you have already configured it, it takes you through these steps of configuration. That's what we call it as the rooming configuration. This is an example. This could change given the new theme that they have, but we think it's most likely going to be almost like similar like what I'm actually sharing on my screen. The next selection that we have as part of the package configuration step is selection of the Majr camp. In here, you have option of selecting the Al-Muaisim camp or Majr Al-Kabsh camp. In this step, you will need to select the camp for all members. That means everybody is going to be staying in the Mina camp, right? So obviously, this option is you are going to make as a family admin, and that option you either choose Al-Muaisim camp or Majr Al-Kabsh camp. In the past, it used to be Majr Al-Kabsh only for the luxury packages, but it never used to be for standard or premium. This year, Alhamdulillah, the ministry has opened this as an option. Even though you choose a standard package, you have the option to be in the Majr Al-Kabsh camp. Somebody who has a luxury package with the hotels but chooses the Al-Muaisim camp, he can do that as well. So you are going to make a selection of that one. This is just a sample that I'm sharing on my screen. This could be a little different given that this is being introduced for the first time, but wanted to make sure that you are going to be doing that selection. That's one of the configuration steps of the package before you buy. So what is Al-Muaisim camp? What is Al-Majr Al-Kabsh camp? We have covered this in detail in our previous webinars. I ask that you refer back to our video recordings on our YouTube channel. And that's a little bit about what a Majr Al-Kabsh camp is. As I have told you, it's a premium camp in Mina, known for its proximity to the Jamrat and the Jamrat Bridge and superior facilities that is being available. It's almost like 300 meters and less. You will be spending about 4 nights in this Majr Al-Kabsh camp if you choose that. This is once again, it's limited in capacity, high in demand, but it offers you the comfort for people who are physically challenged. I would advise taking this camp if you are not able to walk, unlike where the Al-Muaisim camp is like about 3 miles away. Majr Al-Kabsh camp is just about 300 meters away. Al-Muaisim camp offers all the same services and facilities, but it's just that it is very further away from the Jamrat and also has a greater capacity, about 30,000 plus pilgrims, well-equipped environment. Everything is really good up there as well. As I mentioned, there is no compromise with the facilities between the Majr Al-Kabsh camp and the Muaisim camp, but it's just that it is really further away. If you are physically challenged, then I would advise that you consider the Majr Al-Kabsh camp. That's one of the options, brothers and sisters, that you are going to make as part of the package selection. Well, that's the next step is configuring the flight trips. Now, this is a change that we are going to be seeing here. Then after you have made the Majr camp selection is going to be the selection of the flights. You will either pick up the group flights offered by the service providers or custom flight your own by making a route for yourself, or just some of the packages may only have the custom flight as an option. We will go through this why it's being the case. My advice and our advice is that you select the group flight where it is available for you. This avoids the additional clicks, steps required to do for the custom flight. We will talk about those. There are a lot of group flights, departure cities that are listed on my screen. USA has New York. Alhamdulillah, we also added in Washington, D.C. this time. From the last time that we spoke, we found a lot of interest in the Washington, D.C. IAD airport. Canada, we have Toronto. UK, we have Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester. France, we have Paris. Germany, we have Berlin. Netherlands, we have Amsterdam. Where it is not available, brothers and sisters, you can make your own flight selection. That also is a very flexible option that is available. Inshallah, we will walk you through that step. The, the, the interface itself looks something like this. It may change. Once again, this is based on what we know from the previous years. This interface shows you that this is a flight which is coming from the service provider. And on my screen, if you are seeing, it has a New York to Medina and a return of Jeddah to New York. Already that flight is there. You can't do much other than just select the flight and then go on to move to the next step. But if you don't have a group flight offered as part of the package, that's when you are going to customize the flight. So we'll talk about the customization of the flight. So this step, if you are okay with taking the flight from New York, in this example, you can basically just select the flight and click next. The total price is all going to show up on the right side of your screen. The flight that you are going to take from your local city to New York is not included. So of course, you are going to make your own arrangements to come to New York. I advise that if you are taking a group flights or your own flights from the airport, you better be there at least 24 hours before. We don't want you to miss any of the group flights. If you miss a group flight, the inbound flight that you are going to take, or the arriving flight as it is being called in this case, you will lose out the return flight as well. You cannot skip the arriving flight. That is the airline's policy. We can't help you at that point. That's why when we start our group formation, we will be educating the people to ensure that they arrive 24 hours at least before their departure time from the group flight locations. But this is the best option that you can do is as soon as you see some option like this, in this case, as example, I'm giving, if you have chosen a package from USA, you will have two flight options, one from New York and another from Washington, D.C. You can choose one of the two group flight offers and then go on to complete the configuration step. If you don't have any of the group flights, then you are going to go into the custom flight options. Alhamdulillah, all packages this year will have that option of making a custom flight. If you choose to make your own flight routes, then custom flight is the best option. And we'll talk through some examples as well. You will have to configure the flights by yourself by clicking and acknowledging something like this, an interface from the past years. You go on to select a flight. You click on the acknowledge and select a flight button. You will be taken to the flight selection page. You can make your own flight configuration. Some requirements of this is that you need to have the flight destination on arrival into Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, either Jeddah or Medina. Likewise, the return flight should have the port of departure from either Jeddah or Medina. That is a requirement from Nusuk. Review all the flight details. One thing is for sure. The departure date, the place, the airlines, what kind of transit, if at all you have anything, the airlines for any onward journey, the arrival date in Saudi Arabia, the place that you are going to arrive, the airlines that you are going to take, departure back from Saudi, what place are you going to start from, what are the airlines, the arrival date to the destination, place and airline. These are some of these things that I want you to carefully read through, understand when you are customizing your flight. Nusuk uses, as I mentioned, Al-Musafir for the flight selection process for the custom flights. I will walk you through as to how it looks, but just be aware that the custom flights is also an option to make your own flight routes. Some interface as it looked in the previous year, something like this is where I am trying to make my own flight configurations. This important information that is listed on the top right provides you what dates is actually allowed for your package. That is what the flight configuration is going to also allow you. It allows you some 24 or 48 hours before the start of the package. Likewise, it allows you 24 to 48 hours from the time of your completion of your package to be returning back from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Pay attention to this important information about your Hajj journey. Depending on the package, you can see that you can enter KSA from 2026 0512 until 6th Zilhijjah, all the days that is listed over here for a package, example that I have taken up. So reading through all of this information is very critical for you, and then making a flight selection. In my case, I have just used a multi-city from New York to Medina as an incoming flight, an outbound flight from Jeddah to New York. For the dates that is listed up here, I am going to search for the flights. When I click on the search of the flights, it gives me all the flights in a similar interface that you are all familiar with any other airline like Expedia, Booking.com. Al-Musafir basically is what the interface is. It will list out all the different available options for you to choose from, and you can basically choose any flight that you find is going to be as per your needs, as per your budgetary needs as well. Making this selection is what you are going to go in as a custom flight option. One thing, brothers and sisters, is to make note of that the amendment options of these flights are very limited. For example, once you book the flight from the Nusuk using the custom flight option, you can request to change passport details, add luggage, select seat, issue the boarding pass, etc. Changing of the route or date is not permitted. Please make a note of this one, that changing of the route and date is not permitted. That is how it is actually being integrated with the Al-Musafir. It kind of acts like the group tickets where you don't have the flexibility of making the change. The custom flight offers you the flexibility of choosing the flights from wherever you want to depart from, but the fact that you want to change the date of the route is not allowed once the booking is actually confirmed. But this is a good option, and this could be an interface that I want you to be aware of, and this is how it's going to look like. Some examples that I want to take you about is if there are no group flight options available with your package of your choice, and it can happen. Some of the packages, or for some of the countries, you may not have the group flight offered as part of the package. Then your option is only to choose the custom flight options. As part of configuring the flight, you need to make sure the flight trip from Lusuk, there you are going to customize the flight. You can choose a multi-city route trip. And for example, I'm using a flight to KSA. I'm using the departure airport as ORD Chicago. And I'm making an arrival of that flight into Medina. Likewise, I'm making an outbound flight from KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the departure airport as Jeddah, and arrival airport as maybe Dubai. I can make any form of flight configuration that I want. Make the flight purchase. When you do this, you are going to make the flight purchase from Nusuk for that particular flight. Once you are successful in purchasing the package and receive the flight tickets from Nusuk, then you can make your own travel arrangements to reach to the Chicago airport from your city of residence. It's up to you. That's what I have been telling, that's where you got to make sure the departure date of the flight that you book from Nusuk, you have to honor the time that or the flight date and time itself. So that's what you're going to make your own travel arrangement. You have to wait until your package is confirmed, until the flight tickets of the custom flight is received, and then you make your onward journey arrangements. Once again, as I mentioned, the amendment options are very limited. You cannot change the date and route once the booking of the flight has been confirmed along with your package. The case number two is if you are a pilgrim from, let's say, in case of a pilgrim who is based in UK, wants to fly from, let's say, Karachi, Pakistan, they can choose a custom flight option. As part of configuring the flight trips from Nusuk, they will choose a customized option, choosing the multi-city round trip. I'm using this example where I'm saying I want to go from Dubai to Medina and departure from Jeddah back to Dubai. Why I want to do this? Because I want to use my UK flight to Karachi, stay with my people in Karachi, and from Karachi, I am going to make my own flight to go into Dubai and then back from Dubai to Karachi. That way, what you're doing is you're only making a small portion of your flight from Nusuk. What Nusuk wants is for each of the packages that you purchase, there has to be a flight that should be bought from inside of the Nusuk that comes into Saudi Arabia, either into Jeddah or Medina. That is a requirement. So what I'm doing is I'm only making a small portion of the flight from Dubai to Medina and back from Jeddah to Dubai, while my long route flight, I will plan my own route from Karachi to Dubai or Dubai to Karachi. I can do any ways that I like, and this is one of the options that you can do if you want to do this way. There are multiple ways that you can do, brothers and sisters. You can also make your flight directly from UK. Let's say if I don't have from Birmingham. If there is an international flight that can take off from Birmingham, but we are not offering those as a group flight, then I may choose to fly out of Birmingham to Medina and from Jeddah back to Birmingham. That's another option. So those are the different needs of the people, and whatever your case may be, you can use the customization of the flight for your benefit so that you have the flexibility of departing from your own airport. And also, they can sometimes turn out to be much more cheaper than the group flight option. And I have seen this where people have saved actually a lot more money by using the custom flight option. So once again, that option, when you do, whether you are doing by any other gateway from using the customization flight, the route and date change is not going to be permitted. Here's another example. Let's say there's a pilgrim or a couple of pilgrims wanting to go from Sweden, but they want to fly from Morocco. This is another example. You can choose to go from Sweden to Morocco, spend your time with your family, and you can then make an inbound flight to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by using the departure airport as CMN, which is Casablanca, and then you arrive into Medina, and you can use your outbound flight from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by departing from Jeddah to CMN, which is Casablanca. And at a later point, you will make your own arrangements to reach to Morocco, like for Stockholm to CMN or CMN to Casablanca. All that is going to be up to you, and how you do it is based on your different flights, different dates, however you want to plan that, it is up to you. But that's another case where you can be able to take the benefit of having the custom flight. Once again, as I said, those again will have some restrictions with respect to the route and date changes. So those are the custom flights. I'm sure there is a lot more, different scenarios where you want to talk about for using the custom flights, and I would be happy to answer those as well. The next step in our package configuration is going to be the configuration of this transportation. Most of the packages by default come with the bus as a transportation mode, but Nusuk actually takes you through this step as well and gives you the opportunity to choose the package transportation. In this case, where I'm choosing the package transportation, and that package transportation is nothing but bus. But let's say you want to go do away with the bus, want to go by Haramain speed train, then you have the option of choosing the Haramain speed train. And that's the option you are going to choose. And then you are going to be issued the train tickets. And of course, you will be going on the date and the time of the train ticket. My advice personally is to select the bus or the package transportation for the fact that Haramain speed train has luggage restrictions and also restrictions with respect to the train, and the timing can be challenging because maybe there is a delay in your flight. Maybe there is the arrival time and the departure time of your flight is just not going to be possible for you to meet up that. Nusuk does not do a good job when it comes to the issuing of the Haramain speed train, and it could lead you into a situation where you are either going to miss the Haramain speed train because of the fact your flight arranged came late, or your customs just took late, or you are just waiting for a longer period of time just to take the Haramain speed train, while actually the buses could be much more flexible for you because there are a lot of buses which constantly keeps moving, on a regular interval than the Haramain speed train. That's another option, brothers and sisters, that you are going to take. That actually takes you to the end of the configuration of this step. There is some additional services that I'm going to cover in the upcoming webinars, but I wanted to cover these things. These could change depending on the new interface. Once it becomes available, we will once again touch on these and then see how exactly the interface is going to play out. But I wanted to share you and get you some idea as to what the entire package configuration looks like as it relates with the room type, as it relates with the flight selection for the group, as well as the custom flight, as well as the transportation selection itself. That completes the today's main topic. But however, just want to make sure that you are all aware that how the timeline is actually going to play out. Still, we are anticipating all the packages will become available for viewing as the 15th of January 2026. That viewing is going to be available all the way till the 4th of February. And when the sale actually opens, we anticipate that to be the 4th of February. And it's going to be there open until all the packages are sold out. And if all the packages are sold out, there may be a repeat of the package sale once again from the remaining of the global sales packages sometime in the 15th of February. All that is tentative based on the decision by the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. Just be aware that that's the timeline that we are currently aware of. This is once again subject to change. We will let you all know exactly when this all going to become available so that you are ready when these things are going to be happening at that time. I know I have just gone through too many information in the 1 hour that we had been together, but wanted to see if you have any questions, and so that we can have this more of question answer session and have your questions answered. So let's open up the forum, brothers and sisters. I know there's a lot more questions that may be in here, but if anybody's Farhan or Samir, anybody wants to.
Yeah.
Assalamu
Assalamualaikum. Hold on, hold on. Assalamualaikum. Just please raise your hands, and then I'll call your name, and then you can ask your questions. There's a hand raise button right there in the bottom. Under the reactions, you see a raise hand. Just use that to raise your hand, and then one by one, we'll give you a chance to ask your questions. Jazakallah khair. Go ahead, Sister Mina. I see your hand is raised. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the presentation. My quick question is, when it comes to the custom flight, because I live in Atlanta, so if when you configuring the packages, if you let's say I go ahead and select the custom flight as part of the package, and I see how much everything costs, and then on the side I can look. I just want to be clear. Can I look elsewhere for my custom flight, or it has to be within? You said it's going to be within Musafir, or can I just look at my own custom flight outside of it, and then make up my mind whether I want to do the group flight or the custom flight? If you can please clarify that. Thank you.
Okay. So that's a good question, right? So what I told you was Nusuk requirement is one of the flight has to land into Jeddah or Medina, and that portion of the flight should be bought as part of the package. That is why I was telling that you can have a small portion of the flight that is needed to be bought as part of your flights from within Nusuk. Let's say, for example, in your case, you may want to buy a small portion of a flight from Dubai to Medina and return from Jeddah to Dubai. Outside of this, you can then look for tickets outside of the Nusuk, actually, for your flight from Atlanta to Dubai and Dubai to Atlanta. That is the only thing that you can do. But as for some flight, it has to be bought within the Nusuk platform itself. Does
So
that
if
answer your question, sister?
let me see if I understand it correctly. So essentially, the inbound and outbound flights into and out of Saudi has to be done within the Musafir website, and then
Exactly.
yeah, and then wherever my connecting flight is outside of Saudi, I can book that elsewhere if I wanted
Yes.
to. Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. You've been an amazing, amazing support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
Allah khair. Thank you so much. Brother Azmat, you want to go ahead next?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. So my question is like once these packages are available, uh, in how much duration the packages will be sold? I'm just trying to get an estimate time based on last year experience.
So
Will
the
it be available?
So the package is basically when it becomes available. Let's say in this case, it's 15th of January as we are anticipating. It's going to be available from 15th of January until the day of the sale, which is like 4th of January, 4th of February. So in this case, you have almost like 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks maybe to look for all the different packages that are going to be available from the 12 different service providers. So you can make one configuration, then you may find another package that may be of better choice for you. Then you can try to configure that package until you finally narrow down on the package that you want to settle down and want to purchase and keep that ready before the day of the sale. So those are the days that many days is what is going to be available for you to make a choice. I hope that clears your question, Brother Asma.
So like for example, like on January 15th,
Mm-hmm.
I am viewing all the packages, all the configuration, and before Feb 4th, I need to transfer that amount which I selected, which I configured before Jan 4th. Is it correct?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
do I have to transfer the amount before Jan 15th, or I can
No.
transfer it after viewing?
Yes, you can transfer the money like 10 days before the package sale happens. So when you are configuring the package, you don't have to have all the money in the e-wallet. And I think I have covered this in the previous webinar. The top of the e-wallet should be done like a week before the sale date. Let's say in this case, the 2nd of February is the sale date. So I would advise that by 20th and the end of Jan, you complete the funding of your e-wallet based on the package configuration that you have been playing around with.
If I go with the group flight, will my cost will be way less compared to the custom flight? Is it
Actually, it's the other way around. The group flight is actually going to be a little expensive than the custom flight because the custom flight, in many cases, I have found them to be far more, cheaper than the group flight.
so like once I select the transportation, for example, I just select train, so I don't have the option of bus if I select train when I go there. Like for some reason I missed the train.
I,
Do I still
yeah,
have the option
yes,
to take?
absolutely. You will be accommodated by the bus. Yeah, the service providers generally make sure that we transport the pilgrims who miss the train. That's where people like us come into play to make sure that we are coordinating with all the group members who have bought the package, missed a train, missed a flight, ensure that they are received. There is somebody who can basically have them been picked up, and that happens.
Like if I take a transportation, the ground transportation on in Saudi, do I still have the, like if I take like bus? then do I have the option to take a train, my own ticket to buy train from Jeddah airport?
Yes.
And do I have the option to stay more in Makkah and less time in Medina with the package?
The package
For
is
example,
allowed fixed the number of days with the number of days in Medina, the number of days in Mecca.
Okay, so I don't have the option of staying like 90% of time in Makkah, that's 10% in Medina.
You don't have.
I
No,
don't
you
have
don't
that
choose.
option, flexibility.
No, you don't decide to stay how more you want or less you want in any one place of the holy cities. The Medina is fixed number of days, nights. Likewise, the Mecca is fixed number of days and nights. Those are all kind of bookings that you have.
What are the some of the stuff that I need to take from my home? Like, for example, if I
Can
need
we
to take
take that?
shower in
Well,
Mina.
yeah. Let's try to cover the topic in another session, if that's okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Mhm.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Brother Tawsif, you want to go next?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Brothers, so I'm planning to do a custom flight, and while coming from Abu Dhabi, obviously it's not a group flight. So how do we? I mean, do we use our own transport, as in taxis or things, to come to the hotel?
You come again with your question. If I just lost out. You said you want to come from Abu Dhabi by train or by taxi?
No. I take so I land let's say in Medina or Jeddah from Abu Dhabi, and obviously during the group flights you probably provide the transport to Mecca to the hotel from the airport.
The ground transportation is not linked anyway to the custom flight. The ground transportation is going to be part of the package that you are going to be anyways making. The ground transportation is different than the custom flights and the group flight.
Oh, so if I come by custom flight, then I'll have to figure out my own way to come to Mecca.
No, you
if I
still
land in
have to
Jeddah.
select the ground transportation. That's what you already did. You already selected either the package transportation or you selected the Haramain spin trade as the last step of the configuration step.
Oh, no, I didn't mean from like Mecca to Medina. I meant like, let's say if I'm landing in Jeddah, from Jeddah to Mecca.
You still have selected the transportation, right? So
I
you
see.
still selected the transportation. Yeah. All the ground transportation still has to be selected as part of the package configuration.
And so the package will take care of
Yes.
transporting us from the
Whatever
airport.
package you have picked up, yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you. And sorry, I missed a question, but I'll come back. Thank you.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you, brother. Brother Zahurul.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Salam.
Brother, I have a question. It's too early to ask, but I'd like to know, after you finish the last Jamara, then do you have any pass provided from the Jamara to Makkah on the same day, the fast day? From the Mina camp or Jamara?
For the Tawaf al-Ifada, you are saying?
Yes, brother. Yeah, from the Tawaf, yeah.
Yeah, it could become challenging, brother. On the same day, which is the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, the service provider generally try to make arrangements.
Oh God!
Brothers, you're talking on mute.
This is too much.
Somebody else talking on the.
When people advise you, start screaming. Okay, just respond as a normal person. Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's going to be challenging, brother, to get the Jamrat finishing on the 10th of Dhul Hajj. But we all make effort to do it on the 10th. But if it is not possible on the 10th, maybe it's going to be 11th. In most of the cases, depending on how the crowd situation is, we will advise all our group members as to what is the best time to go out and do the Tawaf al-Ifada.
Oh, sir. One more question, brother. So I heard that like somebody telling me this year from the last year, this year just like almost double the package. So last year, I think about 5,000, this year, 30,000.
Your voice is breaking out, brother.
Same for me too. Brother Zahurul, your voice is cutting up.
Okay, brother. So I heard that like somebody telling me this year they send the more package, so more people can go from United States from the last year.
I don't know, brother. I can't answer that one. So yeah, I don't have
Thank you, brother.
confirmed information on that one. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Salam alaikum.
Salam.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair. Shafkat, brother Shafkat, you want to go next?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
Alaikum
assalam.
salam.
I have a couple questions. One of the brothers asked earlier, maybe I didn't quite understand. So for example, if I go with the custom flight, so I selected my package with, let's say, Dur, and I'm not flying with a group. I'm flying, say I'm flying from Uzbekistan or from Dubai. So when you're flying with a group, you land in, as far as I can tell, in Medina, right? And automatically the transportation is arranged that somebody is gonna the door related company transportation is gonna meet the pilgrims and going to take them to the hotel, correct? In my case, for example, if I do the custom flight, I'm flying individually to Medina. So the transportation is on me, or how do I meet my group?
So
Um,
mhm. I got a question, brother. So anybody who lands in at a different time, it's not going to be that everybody lands at the same time. Of course, only in the case of a group flight, there is going to be a lot more people coming in at the same time into the Medina airport or into the Jeddah airport. The first point of contact that you will all have is going to be with the Nusuk, even before actually the service provider actually comes into play. Then there is going to be another agency that actually takes care of your transportation, who they bring you to the door people to say, okay, we got a pilgrim who arrived in now, and he is supposed to go to this hotel in Medina. And immediately there is this arrangement of bus or a taxi is going to be made for that pilgrim to go from that airport to the hotel. That arrangement, regardless of your time, is going to be coordinated with respect to what your arrival time is, what flight you took, because you pay for the transportation as part of the package configuration. You already paid for it. Whether you come on your own using the custom flight or you come through the group flight, have actually paid it through the package configuration itself. So you will be once again be picked up, brought to the hotel where you will meet the entire group.
Gotcha. So for that, I have to notify Dur or
You will Correct. You will be working with us as group guides. We basically coordinate. That's where our role basically comes into play, where we will be working with every member of our group who has purchased the tour packages with their itinerary, logistics, arrivals, departures, room allocations, a Rauda visit, Ziara visit. All that is what our agency as a travel agency, tour guides, basically comes into play once you all sign up and basically have purchased the packages.
Gotcha. For that, I just have to be on time in Medina in order to get
Well,
together with Dur.
we will come on time, depending on, we will be coordinating with you to make sure that, what's your flight, what is your arrival time, what airlines are you taking, all that we know, we'll have the details. In case there is delay, we will immediately know that, you will not be arriving at that time. We will be arriving at some other time to make sure that that transportation is available for you.
Gotcha. So the first trip is going to be to Medina. So the miqat is going to be afterwards, right? The getting into the state of Ihram.
Yes,
So
yes,
you're just gonna fly with the regular clothing to
yes,
Medina, and
yes,
afterwards on the way
yes.
to Mecca,
Yeah,
there will
yeah.
be.
We'll talk about all of these ritual part,
I
in
see.
the webinars after the package sale, inshallah.
Gotcha. And I'm so sorry, my last question. So once before the Nusuk was introduced, it used to be that everybody was like on their own. If they wanted to do the Hajj on their own, they could do it. But with Nusuk, once you select the package from the start to the end, you have to be with that selected package or provider. Is that correct?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mhm.
Jazakallah khair, brother.
Just keep
Thank you
it
so
very
much.
close to what today's topic is. I know some of that could be of the any of the ritual part. We will definitely have all of that covered in the sessions after the package sales. For now, what we have is the immediate package related configuration questions is what I would appreciate.
Yep. Thank you. Go ahead, Sister Wafa, please go ahead.
Whitey?
Yes, alaikum, brother.
Oh, salam alaikum, sister. Go ahead, please.
I just want to ask, some lady, she mentioned about the Musafir website. So what is the Musafir website, and like where do we find that website? Like, is it
No, you don't go to the website.
part of Nusuk?
No. You don't go to the Nusuk website. Let's be clear. You are not doing anything outside of Nusuk platform. The custom flight will be also done through the Nusuk portal. The steps that I showed you all are going to be happening from within Nusuk itself. It is integrated. When I say integrated, it's already within the Nusuk platform, that this screen that you are seeing is all happening from within the Nusuk platform. This is not outside. You are not going to the Al-Musafir. Al-Musafir is actually coming into Nusuk itself.
Oh, okay.
Hope
And
this is clear.
yeah, and Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. About the e-wallet, like how can I put like the right amount? Like, because I heard some people, they said like I choose this package, but sometimes I don't get it because it's all there. I choose I go up to the next level, or okay. So how can I put in the e-wallet the exact amount?
Good question, sister. When the package becomes available for viewing, you would have made your choice, narrowed down on the package of your choice, and you know how much it is going to be costing. But at the same time, you will also be having a backup, and I will cover this in the upcoming webinars as well. The backup, you know as to what it's going to be costing, because you would also configure that and see what is the cost of that package going to be look like. If the first choice is expensive, then the second choice, and obviously that you are going to be funding your e-wallet with the first choice price itself, because the second choice is actually much cheaper. But in another scenario where your second choice is more expensive than the first choice, then what you do is you are going to fund your e-wallet as much as needed for purchase of the second option, just in case you didn't get the first option. And that is what you're going to do when we have the packages available for viewing. You will make multiple permutation and combinations of or multiple choices and keep those bookmarked just in case the first option is not successful. Then you can go into the second option, and the package funding is based on which of the packages that you chose is of higher value.
Yeah, do they give me the money back? Like if I, like imagine I chose luxury. Yeah, they give me the money back straight away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All the money is going to be returned back to you, and you can request the refund and withdrawal. And of course, the cancellation policy of 2.65% is going to be applicable if it is been deposited 2 weeks before the refund request.
Yeah. Okay, inshallah. Thank you so much, brother. You've been very, very supportive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Jazakallah khair. Vaiti?
How to raise hands? So I'm struggling to raise hand, and I have.
Who are you? What's your name? Sarfaraz?
YT, right?
Yes, Sarfaraz. Yes. I have a question about the.
Hold on. I'll come to you. YT, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. First of all, with really great information again. So I some of them you already answered my questions, but the one that remain unanswered is two of them. First, what are the minimum days or the dates that we need to be there in Saudi to fulfill our Hajj duties?
Okay, so Hajj is 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Those are the minimum days that you have to be in Hajj. Now, you just can't come on the 8th and then depart on the 12th. The ministry or the government of Saudi Arabia wants you to be coming in as not later than the 6th of Zilhajj. Whatever date that 6th of Zilhajj is going to be, likely it's going to be like maybe 22nd of May. You cannot come later than 22nd of May. you can't also depart during the days of the Hajj, which is likely going to be maybe 29th of May, because the Hajj days are 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. The earliest, whatever the date of 12th is, yes, you can depart on that or later on the 12th, not before that one, or neither can you arrive, later than the 6th of Zil Hajj. So
Okay. So
that's the days of the
6th,
Hajj.
7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and the 13th. So we can come on the 6th and then leave on the 13th as the absolute minimum.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be the most minimal, days that you have to be into Saudi Arabia for the Hajj.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is super
Yeah.
helpful.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then, so you did mention and confirmed about like we can get a short flight as long as we fly into and out of one of those two airports in Saudi through Nusuk. We're okay. We can do the rest, take care of the rest outside Nusuk.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
for one solo traveler, myself, it sounds like you can only keep one custom selection, the selection, whatever selection you customize, only one per person in the cart, or can we have like those first, second, third choices in the cart
You
and
can't
then
have.
just select whichever?
No,
We
you
can or we
can't
cannot?
have. You cannot. There's only going to be one configuration you can have at a time in your card. But I'm going to cover this topic as to how to quickly have a second option available. And for that, you have to wait. I will cover this topic in detail.
Awesome.
And that is why I want you all to be, coming back again to this webinar where we can talk about that one. I don't want to overrun by giving you too much of information. But for now, yes, there is possibility of doing that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I mean, my Saturdays are clear. Just following you every Saturday. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know how to raise hand. I'm in the.
Go ahead,
I would
please.
like you.
Go ahead, please.
Uh,
Go ahead, please. Let him go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
I have two specific questions. Number one, why we don't have any flights from Birmingham? And question number two, what vaccination requirements we should have if we are traveling from UK for Hajj?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Thank you, brother. So Birmingham is currently not an option inside of our group flights that is offered by Tour Hospitality Services. Again, primarily it's on the flight options that we have out of these gateways, based on what is best available for our pilgrimage, for the packages, for the price, for the days. All of that needs to be considered. It's a lot more travel related preparation that is needed to factor on a particular airline gateway, and Doer has carefully chosen London, Heathrow, Gatwick, as well as Manchester, so three different airports from UK, as a country. As for why Birmingham, it's probably, did not meet many of the other criteria that we have in selection of Birmingham as the gateway for the group flight offerings. As for the meningitis, as for the vaccines, meningitis is the only vaccine needed, and that is only needed maybe 10 days prior to departure to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You don't have to worry about it at this point of time. We will let you know when the right time is. But for now, all I ask that is look forward, prepare well for the sale of the Hajj packages, and then look for the choices that you should be looking for as part of your preferences.
So what you're saying is vaccination is compulsory and we should carry a certificate that we have done this vaccination. Otherwise, we won't be able to fly. Is that correct?
Vaccination is required. One vaccine is required, which is the meningitis meningococcal vaccine is required. Yes, carrying a certificate is also required to prove that you have actually taken the vaccine. And that's only needed at the point of entry into Saudi Arabia. All they ask is, show me the proof of vaccination, and that vaccine, if you have taken within the past 3 years, that is also valid. But if you have not taken it, if you are just going to take it before 10 days before the departure to Saudi Arabia, that's also fine. You need to carry that vaccine certificate with you.
So this means we can take this vaccination now rather than waiting for the 11th hour.
Sure,
correct?
you can take it now. Yeah, you can take it now. Yeah.
But what if you don't get the package? You can take it now, but you don't get the package. What you gonna do with the vaccine then?
Inshallah, next year we will have the package because you said in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's okay.
But
Yeah.
we will
Next
talk about
one.
it more in
Next.
detail once we
go
once we
next
have
one.
that. Rafa?
Assalamu
Yeah.
alaikum. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Is that Rafa?
No. Is it Wafa or?
R-A-F-A.
Yes, that's me.
R-A-F-A.
Oh, alright. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to extend my thanks as well to you and your entire team at Rahman. I mean, I've been following your web chats as well as the previous webinars. Alhamdulillah, you've done a sterling job, so credit where credit's due. So thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
I kind of not asked too many questions because I think you've eventually answered them in one shape or form, and the rest of the people that are aspiring to Hajj have asked some sensible questions. So inshallah, we'll all meet together one day in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So make dua for everybody anyway. Just a very brief questions, probably more minutiae detail. The flights you're referring to, such as group flights, etc., you have pointed out there that there will be minor changes allowed, except date, route, and so forth. But you mentioned baggage. The question I wanted to ask is, are you allowed any baggage other than hand carriers and cabin baggage included in your flight as the group flight? Or is that something you then have to go back and add as an optional charge or extra?
Yeah, so it depends on the airlines. In our case, for your case in particular, if you're flying from UK in one of the three gateways,
unfortunately, I'm the one that asked you the question about Birmingham, like the other brother. So we'll come on to that question anyway. But Jazakallah for actually having a slide on that. So again, thorough research you've done to respond to that. So Jazakallah for that as well. But carry on.
Yeah. So in your case, most likely the baggage that is going to be allowed is going to be one checked baggage, one carry-on baggage, and of course one personal item. That is the bare minimum that I think is going to be allowed in the Egypt airline. And that's anytime you can find out, right? Any economy flight with an economy flight seat that you have is going to offer you one checked baggage and one carry-on baggage and one personal item. That's the bare minimum I think is going to be available.
That's how I understood it, but because you pointed it out,
well, the reason why I pointed that one was, the reason why I pointed this one was, it allows you to add more luggage to it. If you have beyond the allowance of the airline, you can of course add. You can ask for adding more luggage. Also make a seat selection, right? It can allow you to make a seat selection by paying an additional cost, issuing the boarding pass, all of that. What it is trying to stress you here is some of the thing that you can do is, that's why I'm putting this out, is the route or the date change.
No, it's very good for you to call that out. That's really crucial to point that out. A lot of people they get misconfused about that. Jazakallah for that. One last question, if I may, and I think I might be being a bit cheeky here because I think the previous caller alluded to it, so I don't want to steal your thunder. But I assume, because the question I wanted to ask as well, there is only one cart, hence one selection after you've gone back and forth and decided which package you require, as in which pack I require. The thought was, if I'm not successful on achieving that package, I'm assuming, and apologies in advance if I've stolen your thunder, you will have certain codes for certain packages, which makes it easier to then swap. Would that be correct?
Yes, that's one option where you should be able to quickly go back and do that. But there is other option that I told you that I'm going to cover. Then one was like having a complete URL bookmark so that you quickly move through rather than going through the code and searching for the code. And those are some of the tips that I'm going to offer. But definitely that's something that you can do with, of course, the code that you talked about. But in addition to that is also the bookmarks that we are going to cover as to what is the best way to bookmark those. How do you keep a bookmark of some of the packages so that you can quickly pivot what you had as an unsuccessful attempt of buying it, the first option, and then go on to the second option.
Jazakallah. I think that's it. I'll leave the questions as we progress because they are more related to the later on webinars.
Yeah.
Jazakallah for your support.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your advice again. Thank you, Brother Farad.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. I have 72040111076. I don't have the name.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. I have just a quick two question. My first question is, the air flight is direct from, like, say, example, DCA to Medina, or we have to step over one of those flight country, Egypt or Emirates? And my second question is, when we talk about the transportation, you advise us bus. I get it from the airport to the hotel, bus is great, but how about from Medina to Jeddah? I mean, Medina to Mecca or Mecca to Jeddah is still, you are advising us to take a bus or?
I
Thank you.
advise once again a bus. So I go from the backward. So the bus is the best option. It gives you the assurance that the bus is there all the time. There is going to be space in there, ability to carry your luggage, explore the surroundings when you travel from Medina to Mecca. Gives you the opportunity to stop at Miqat, unlike in a train which does not stop at Miqat. Also from Jeddah to from Mecca to Jeddah, it's an hour and a half drive by bus. My advice is still going to be that bus is an option, good option. But in case where you really think you can sit for that little longer hours, then want to have the luxury of going by train, choose the train. But my always advice is use the bus. They're pretty luxurious buses with air conditioning and comfort of giving you the transportation from the holy cities to the airport as well.
How about the flight? Those flights is direct? I'm from the state and from DC to Medina, or
yes. Thank you. I missed that one. Yeah, it is actually from Washington DC to Medina, and return is going to be from Jeddah, from Jeddah to Washington DC.
And sorry to bother you. Do we have verified those if it's Egypt or Emirates?
It is Egypt Airways.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next one I have is Zoom user.
Muhammad Azad, yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Brother, I have a quick question. If I purchase a package, everything, alhamdulillah, if I did, and how the Dur hospitality, they provide me the visa and ticket, everything with a Nusuk, or Dur International, they don't know my passport, anything. So how I got the visa and everything.
Okay, I got your question. So the visa issuance part is taken care by the Nusuk through the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, and all the visa issuance is done through the Nusuk. You will get the e-visa issued for you and your family members in your group directly to your email. The Dur service provider will be ensuring that your visas are issued on time, and to make sure that everyone who has purchased the package has received the visa. As for the flights, we as Dur will be sending out the group flight tickets directly to all the Dur package purchased people for the group flights that they have bought. As for the custom flight, the ticket directly comes from the airlines that you purchased immediately post the sale of the package, successfully buying of the package itself. The group flight will be issued closer to the departure dates, not quite earlier on.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I
Any
have
others?
Muhammad, brother Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam.
I have a question. A sister have asked before. How are we supposed to be transferred from the airport to the hotel the first day we arrive? Is there some instructions that we need to follow? I'm speaking from Europe, from Copenhagen. I'm planning to travel, inshallah. So how is it possible to
As I
arrange?
mentioned, everybody is going to be buying as part of the package the ground transportation.
Okay.
Whether you buy a custom flight or a group flight, you are actually going to be going through the step of configuration of your ground transportation. If you have selected a custom flight and you also have opted for the bus or the package transportation, we will be ensuring your arrival date and time and bringing you from in the airport to the hotel.
Okay.
That means
So,
CEV as a route service provider.
so this will be arranged through Nusuk platform, not through messaging you or?
No, you will have no. Once the package sale completes, groups will be formed under the agencies like us, where we are assigned as guides for this set of group members.
Okay.
In this case, maybe our group members. You will be coordinating, and I will be coordinating on your behalf with the tour to ensure this person is arriving by so and so airline on so and so date and so and so time. And we will be making sure that once you arrive, that we have your information through our group contacts. We will ensure that somebody is receiving you and bringing you to the airport.
Great. My other question is, as a traveler from Sweden, is there a recommended flight from, like, for example, Egypt Airways or Turkish
Yeah,
Airlines?
last year I had a sister who had taken from Stockholm to she went to Casablanca as well, and from there she took Saudi Airways to come into Medina, and Jeddah returned back.
Okay, so I will fix that myself, like from Musafir when it will open in the Nusuk platform. So
Yes.
is that correct?
Yeah.
Because I will be
Yep.
traveling from
Yep.
Copenhagen. It's nearer to me
Yes.
than
You
Stockholm.
will be making your own travel arrangements, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you can do a research before itself, like what flights are there. Anything that you see outside, this pretty much the same flight is going to be inside of the Nusuk platform, because it's only pulling in the data inside of the Nusuk platform.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you for the advice. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. We have Umi Hamid. Umi Hamid. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Walaikum
salam,
salam.
Sister Umi.
Yeah. Thank you very much for including IAD in your departures. It is very helpful for us who are in Washington area. My question is, I heard you talking about additional cost for the number of bed that you are selecting, either 3 or 2 or 4. Is that separate from the package price?
It's going to be adding on to your package price. The package price has a beginning price with just the room configurations, with just the hotels as part of the hotels and all the other visa issuance and all that. But once you start making the options of the room type to meet your needs, then the cost basically keeps adding up depending on double, triple, or quad.
I see. Okay. And that will include for each one of us will be paying that additional price for the bed.
Yes, as many number of people that you have in your group or in your account.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. That is it.
Yeah, this is where exactly I had. You can see that on the screen in here. Go back. When you see this here, I'm not sure if it is very it's visible clearly. you can see the prices here actually keeps going up and down depending on the double, triple, and quad. That is what is going to add up to the total cost that you are going to see on the right side of the panel with your package price. In this case, it's not really coming well, but that's how it's going to be.
Okay, I'm joining from my phone, so I can't see it very well. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So next question I have is from Muhammad Arbaj, or have they already asked? Go ahead. Salam.
I have a question for a group flight. Like, so from US, you have a group flight from New York and Washington, right? And then the New York and Washington is only for Dur, or from other service provider, they have other group flights also.
But these flights are only specific with respect to the Dur packages.
Okay, so for other service provider, there will be more choices also.
Maybe there's more choices there. Yeah, I can't speak for other service providers.
Okay.
Yeah, you will have other options. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Sister Mina.
Yes. Quick question that came to my mind about the visas. Are they going to be issued electronically? And if I guess they will be, because that's what we had for Umrah. But just wanted some clarity on when we get to Medina, how are we going to show our visas? How are they going to validate all of that? That's my first question. And second of all, like, do you know anything about bringing back Zamzam water? Like, if it's going to be part of our luggage count, or can it be a complimentary?
I'll take that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me go ahead and answer this one. Number one is with respect to your ask about the water itself. Let's go back to the water. Airlines generally allow you to bring back Zamzam water in addition to the luggages, checked in baggages. So that any airline that we will have a contract for them to allow you to bring the Zamzam water into your destination wherever, in case, let's say you are taking New York JFK, so New York JFK, when you come back, you will be allowed to bring in the Zamzam water. And sorry, I forgot, what was the first one that you asked about?
About the electronic visa and how we're going to validate when we get to Medina.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to carry the visa printout. Generally, they will have it in their systems, but we always recommend that you carry a soft copy or a hard copy on your, in your personal luggage, just in case, as a printout.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See, if there are any questions on the chat, or anybody still on?
I see no one else has raised hands
I
after
have
that.
I see still there are 4 or 5 people raising hands. So let's go ahead and first, please go ahead.
Assalamualaikum. Brother, I have a question. If I buy because I know the least amount of days that you're offering is 14 days, but if I buy my own custom flight and get there like on the 20th and leave on the 31st, would that be possible? Would the Nusuk website will allow me to book it outside the time frames of the hotel?
No, it won't. It won't allow you to. It will allow you times of like a 48-hour prior to the start of the package, and allow you to depart 48 hours after the end of the package. Not anything outside and beyond that one.
So not before.
Not before.
Oh, after the package. So meaning, for example. Okay.
So you have 48 hours window between the start and end date.
Okay.
I think she's asking something similar to what I asked before, if I understood it correctly. That she wants to come late and departure early. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you can come in late. You can come in late.
That's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's allowed. Not early. Not
No,
early.
I'm talking about late because because of my work situation, I'm not going to be
Oh, you
able to
want to
get
come
to the
in
team.
late after the
Yes, I
start of the
want to come
package.
after the
Yeah,
start.
I mean, you can definitely choose to start late. You have to basically use a custom flight, choose late, come in late, and then join in the group, maybe missing Medina, and then depart early. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jazakallah.
Okay. Okay. This is Brother Zahrul. Next is, are everybody done?
Assalamu alaikum. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I cannot raise my hand. So the first question, just want to be sure if I registered as a couple, every choice I do with the purchasing of the package is valid for two person, right? It's not like do separately choice.
No, when you buy, if you and a wife are buying a package because you both are on the same account, you are buying a package for both of you.
Okay, just to be sure. Thank you
The
so much.
same thing with the flights or transportation, you are actually doing it for both of you together.
Okay, thank you very much. And the other question is about vaccination. Probably it's not the topic of today. Is there any vaccination mandatory before you flying to Hajj?
Yes, meningitis, meningococcal is the only one that is mandatory.
Okay. And the last question is from people from Germany. Is with door is this destination is from Berlin, right?
Yeah, we anticipate that to be from Berlin. Yes, I can get you the exact. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm just wondering, like, we are still in the process of accepting our pictures. So they keep on rejecting. We just uploaded the new one according to the requirement, and they usually take 4 to 5 days to reply back. So, and also, like, I'm wondering why they take so much time to reply back if why it's not very quick. They would have sent message quickly that it's rejected, or we have to upload the new
they
one.
have a system, sister, because there's a lot of applications that they are receiving with the coming closer of the Hajj package sale, and with a lot of, on top of that is the many rejections that they have to once again go back and review. If you have seen these multiple rejections with the personal photos, I ask that you private message me so that I can take a look as to what kind of photos you are uploading. And in many cases where I have seen, there is a very, very valid reason for why it was getting rejected, because it was not really meeting the standards. And that's why, with our experience, we guide the people to make sure that it meets the requirements, and we make sure that it gets verified, after that first or second, rejection attempts.
Sure, thank you, Jazakallah khair. And another question: when we are in the process, would they be allow us to, like, for example, you mentioned there will be a like providers for you are one of the provider through Nusuk. So in that packages, they will mention your name, and we have to pick that, or
No, you
what
will
that
see
procedure?
Dur as the package. You will see
Sorry?
Dur as the package. You will see
Oh,
in the
Dur
package
as a
Dur.
package. Okay,
Dur
okay, yeah.
packages, yes.
So we are from Canada actually, but we
Yeah.
want to make a custom flight. Like we will want to go directly to Medina, and then from Saudi after Hajj, we are planning to visit Pakistan. Is it possible to make a
Yeah,
custom
it's
flight?
possible. You can make their custom flights. But again, one thing I want to caution you all, custom flight takes you some additional steps in the selection and finally making the purchase of the packages. That means you are losing out some precious time when the packages are on in a very high demand, when everybody is trying to quickly make their purchase. It is a first come, first serve basis. The more number of
Oh,
clicks
exact.
that
Sorry to interrupt you. What day they are opening the packages actually?
that's I said it's on 4th of February as of today, sister. But Allah alam, that can also change. Well, from what we know, it's the 4th of February.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Does it?
Anybody else, Brother Farhan?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't raise my hand.
No
So my
problem.
question is about quotas. Someone explained to me that every country or region in the world has a number of places allowed from Nusuk. So if you could please explain how the quota system works and how it affects the purchase of packages. So are the available places for the different packages allocated by DUR according to country quotas? So and I am from France, so I wanted to know if there is a number of places allowed for France from DUR.
So the package, every country has a fixed quota. I don't have the exact number as to what the France quota is. That is a country quota. That is all that, let's say, for example, USA has about close to the 4,000 or 5,000 number of pilgrims that can come from United States. Likewise, France may have somewhere close to maybe 8,000, given that there is a higher population of Muslims in France. That number is what is distributed across multiple service providers. Now, multiple service providers are also given a certain quota this year, which the ministry says you have been assigned a certain quota and you are going to be using that quota across the different countries that you want to distribute your quota. That is another level of the quota distribution. Like for DUR, it is 2,300. That quota is distributed on multiple countries. In addition to this, there are countries that are undersubscribed that will overflow into the oversubscribed countries. That adds up to the additional 6,000 or 3,000 quota that was primarily initially assigned to that particular country. So exactly how much it is, I don't have that information. I don't know if there is some information shared by any other service provider. From what I know, there is going to be these variations that you are going to be seeing. But we know based on the demand as to what the demand is and the availability of the packages is, and then we advise our people like how the package demand is versus the availability, and looking at what their options are and also what their chances of securing the package. It's all, brother, as I said, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he wills, who he wants to call, he gets to go. If not, then you don't get it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So,
Quick question. I'm sorry, this is the second time I'm asking. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to ask again. Just to recap a couple of points to make sure that I get it right. So basically, we have 19 days from that is 15th of January until the day when the packages are made up for sale. So we have 19 days to browse, to select, to edit, and all of that, right?
Yes.
And the other one is if I want to do the custom flight, the only way I can purchase the flight tickets is through Musafir, through Nusuk. I cannot do it from outside services like Booking.com, Expedia, Kayak.
Well, as I explained, right? Some portion of your flight you can definitely do it outside from, but the flight that lands into Saudi Arabia in Jeddah or Medina should be bought directly from Rasul.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, I know we are on a
Assalamu alaikum
call.
warahmatullahi.
Alaikum salam. Yes.
Jazakallah khair. You've been very helpful. I only have one
Shukran.
question. So, to my understanding, we can edit the custom flights when the packages are able to be viewed and not on the day of sale, right? So we can edit
Yes.
in the link.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Jazakallah
The
khair.
custom flight is that's where it becomes challenging is your custom flight information is not going to be saved from the time you configure to the date of the sale itself. So that configuration, you will still do it on the day of the sale because the flights are subject to change and availability of the seats, and the prices is all going to be real time on the day of the sale for custom flights that you buy from within the Nusuk.
I see. Okay. All right.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question on the transportation slide, and thank you again for putting this session on. It's been really helpful. So on the transportation slide, you have like 2 or 3 choices. One is the package transportation, and next to it is a blank slide, a blank box where you kind of select whether you want the train. But at the bottom, you will also see that the Medina to Mecca and Mecca to Medina are already indicates it's included in your package. So what are we selecting when we are selecting the train section on the top?
So if you're looking at the 2 sections, this is from the past year, by the way, the arrival. What kind of transportation method do you want to go with? One that is the service provider provides for arrival is by the package transportation, which is by bus, or you want to forego that one and want to go by Haramain speed train. Let's say
But
you
it
are
is,
arriving.
I get that, but it is to where though? Because at the bottom it says it's included in the package. If you look at the
Correct. These are
bottom.
all between the holy sites. This is talking
Okay,
about
and so this,
arrival
so on the top, that's to where though?
from the airport to the hotel.
Airport to
Let's
the
say
hotel.
from
So whether
Jeddah.
it's okay, so whether it's Medina or to Mecca.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had indicated that sometimes that the flight arrival may not match the schedule of the train. So
because
therefore,
the train tickets are issued to you just like a flight ticket, train time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. That answers my question. Appreciate it.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Afwan. حياك الله. A quick question about the e-wallet and like if we're using
Give me a
Visa
second, okay,
cards.
brother. Just give me a second. Just hold on, okay? I may have to quickly get you my charging cable. I'm running late, okay? Charging cable. Okay. Yes, please go ahead. I may lose out the chart, but I'm going to continue for a few more minutes. If I lose out, brothers and sisters, that could probably be the end. Let me go ahead and then wrap this up, brother. I will take your question because I'm really running low. My charging cable is I'm not able to find. But for the conclusion, brothers and sisters, I know I have gone through a couple of hours. There may be still some questions. Don't hesitate to send me over chat. We will definitely answer those, and I'm also going to go through the questions that are in the chat window, try to answer those as well. But just so you all know, next week, inshallah, I plan to bring in people who have actually gone through this process, who have performed Hajj with our group last year. I want you to hear from them their real experience going through the selection of the Hajj packages, how they prepared, what helped them in securing the packages, what kind of packages that they chose, what kind of facilities that they all had, being part of the tour. And inshallah, we will also hear from them as to what advice they have to give us all in preparing for the Hajj of 2026. With that, brothers and sisters, I have really gone over time of the 2 hours that I was assigned. I am also running low on my battery. But I assure you, brothers and sisters, if you put me the questions on the chat of our WhatsApp channel, I am going to respond back, inshallah ta'ala. But for now, I think I'm going to continue on until my computer gives away. I'm unable to find my charging cables for some reason. Somewhere it's not close by to me.
Yeah, brother. My question is for Mina camp. Like you said, for Mina camp, Majr Al-Kabsh is available for premium and luxury. Is also available for standard also.
Yes, yes. The Majr Al-Kabsh is available for premium, standard, and luxury. And for luxury, you can choose Al-Muaisim, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, again, it's me. About the e-wallet, I am using, inshallah, Kareem, the Visa. So the rating change, I hear it's different from bank to a bank. Is there any experience and which and Visa bank or any bank you could recommended me?
I can't do that, brother. I don't have that expertise in telling you which bank offers you the best rate. Whatever card you have, you may want to ask them what is the transaction fees that they have, what is the kind of exchange rate they offer. Most of the US good banks have pretty much standard exchange rate of 1 USD equals 3.75 Saudi Arabian Riyal.
Thank you.
All right. Brother Kalbi Hassan Osman.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Go ahead. Do you have a question? Did I lose him?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
So when we are booking a package, how would we know that we are booking it with yourselves? Because I'm guessing Dur works with multiple agencies.
You will be, once you have bought a package, you will be connecting with us by providing us some information that we are going to ask all those who have successfully purchased the package. That will include some, first name, last name, some passport number, and all that in a secure format. And once you send it out, we coordinate with the service providers, make sure that our group is going to be with us, and then they basically get us assigned officially through the Nusuk platform, so that you are always going to be with our group, inshallah.
Jazakallah.
That's what we're going to do, inshallah.
Alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam.
Can I ask question? Can I ask
Yes,
question?
please go ahead.
Yeah. Brother, I'm the admin. I'm the admin of the group, like me and my husband. But my husband as well.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك